Hey Run Junkies, welcome back to another follow along workout. Today I'm going to run you through my dynamic warm-up routine. This is what I do every morning to get myself ready for my run. So follow along with me on this super fun, very quick dynamic stretching routine. There are a lot of benefits to a dynamic warm-up. It gets our body ready for more intense exercise. It helps us loosen up our muscles and get the blood flowing a little bit faster. It also increases our heart rate ever so slightly, so it's not a shock to the system when we start running. It also has some mental benefits too. When we are getting into our dynamic warm-up routine, we know our bodies are getting ready to do something more intense. It's a mental reset. It's a mental shift for us. So I find that a good 10-minute warm-up helps prepare me mentally as well as physically for more intense exercises, especially like a tempo or an interval run. The set I'm about to show you is a combination of a variety of exercises that I've pulled from other sources. I will leave some of those sources in the description below. But before I get started, I want to give you a little disclaimer. Yes, I am a running coach, but if you are new to exercise, please check with your doctor before beginning any exercise regimen. This dynamic warm-up is meant to be used before every single run, and it shouldn't be all that intense, 5 to 10 minutes. So let's get into the workout. Okay, so I always start out with arm swings. I like to work from top to bottom because our arms are actually involved in running a little bit. We do have this arm swing. So I'm going to start out with some basic arm swings back and forth. I'm going to do about 10 of these. Now I'm alternating which elbow goes over. Do this. I'll do about 5 more of these. And I wonder if this is messing with the sound. Probably is. Okay, keep going. And then we're gonna do some arm circles. Now I'm gonna start by going backwards, but I want my arms as far out to the side, nice small circles. And then I'm gonna go a little wider, a little wider, a little wider, maybe do 10 to 15 of these total. And then I want to start again real small range of motion, and then go a little bit bigger, maybe 10 to 15 of these, reversing direction from the first time. Okay, so once our arms are nice and warm, you should feel a slight tingling in the shoulder, a little bit of burn, getting ready to move down a little bit. Now obviously, running requires a lot of leg work, okay? We want to engage our hips and our glutes and get the legs ready to move. So I'm going to do some squats. Now I'm going to start and show you from the front first. You want to be careful about your squat. When you come down, you don't want your knee to crash in. Keep your knees pointing outside your outside toes. So when you're coming back, all you have to do is keep your hands in front of you and then squat down as if you're sitting in a chair. Now let me show you this. You'll do maybe 10 to 15 of these. You want to squat as if you're sitting in a chair, okay? Get that rear end back first. This is, I'll say 4. Get your body nice and warm. I've lost count already because I can't count to 10. I'll do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. All right, so the legs are warmed up a little bit. Now I'm gonna do some leg swings. Now, if you have really good balance, like I don't, you might want to just use your arms as a counterbalance. Otherwise, you could also put your hand on a chair or a post. So nice, easy swing back and forth. Maybe do about 15 of these. And again, you're going to be engaging that standing leg quite a bit. Now this isn't a Rockettes kick. This is nice and easy swing, engaging the hip and the glute. I'm going to switch legs, but I'm going to do it from the side now. So as you're swinging, see, terrible balance. As you're swinging, you want to keep your head up, your body up, your core engaged. And it's not a huge swing. So these leg swings are great to get those legs moving. The next thing I'm gonna do are grapevines. And this is where I'm gonna move a little bit. So grapevines, you've probably done them in grade school or aerobics class, or you've probably seen them. You're gonna step to the side, back, side, over, but we're gonna do that a lot faster. Side, back, side, over. You're gonna do maybe down and back a few times. This gets the blood going, and it also engages the inside and outside of the leg. Do a few of these, and then you're done. Now I want to show you this from the side as well. So it looks like this, and then come back. Now, if this is too intense, you can always walk it out. So nice and easy, and get your body moving that way. Because again, the idea is this is a warm up. As you can tell, I'm kind of breathing pretty hard. This is a warm up. We don't want to overdo it before we even get into our run. So the next thing we're gonna do is a runner's lunge with a pigeon stretch. So I'm gonna kind of go to the side here. After the leg swings and everything's nice and warmed up, I'm gonna put one leg back. I'm gonna support myself with my hands. Now I'm gonna stay here for a bit because I wanna feel it right here in that hip, in that back hip. And I wanna start feeling it in the bent leg, in the glute and the bent leg. So what I'm gonna do here is kind of move around a little bit and feel the depth of that stretch, feel the hip kind of open up. And I might stay here for about 30 seconds. Just move things around a little bit. And then from here, once I'm down here, I want to stretch out that bent leg hip here. So I'm gonna move a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm down here. I may drop that back leg, but I'm gonna keep this up. I'm just gonna pull that bent knee out ever so slightly. So I feel it. This is the pigeon part. I'm gonna feel it in that hip and in the groin muscle of that bent leg. I'm also activating my ankle a little bit. Do a few of those, 30 seconds, maybe 10 of these, and then I'm gonna switch sides. So bend this leg, get this one back, feel it in that hip a little bit, open up that hip, and move things around a little bit. Just get the activation of the glutes and the hips and the hamstrings and the quads. Get everything moving a little bit, because now that blood's flowing, we can spend a little time in a stretch. So now I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna drop my leg down here, and this is that ankle stretch, feeling that pigeon stretch a little bit in the bent leg. Do a few more of these. And we are almost done here. Okay, so now that we're nice and loose, we can do a couple more things. Basically, depending on how much time I have, I'm gonna do at least 5 minutes of this, but I try to get as much of this in as I can. So high knees and butt kicks, you've probably seen these as well. You start out just warming up those hip flexors with a high knee. Again, we can keep it here, or if you really wanna up the intensity a little bit to feel yourself warm up a little bit more, just like with the grapevines, we don't wanna overdo it. You can do a high knees this way. I prefer to keep it a little bit more low intensity. So we're gonna do about 30 seconds of this. And then the last one are gonna be the butt kicks. Again, I'm gonna show you this from the side. You wanna activate your hamstring a little bit more explosively than you might expect. So you wanna really get that heel as close to your rear end as you can to activate that hamstring. Again, I'm starting out low intensity, nice and easy. But if you're feeling like you want something a bit higher intensity, I'm gonna back up a little bit. You can kind of move forward with this, get the arms going. Do this for about 30 seconds, and then you're ready for your run. Now, There's one more thing that I do before I head out for my run, and that is I spend the first 5 minutes of my run at a brisk walk. I'm not running just yet. If I'm feeling like I'm well warmed up, then I may shorten that walk a little bit, but I always want to feel like I'm getting that steady state walk in before I begin my run. And that is my dynamic warm-up. There are a lot of benefits to a dynamic How am I doing? Am I in frame? Yeah. What's she doing?
In this.
Okay, we don't need it yet. So guys, that's gonna be it for me today. What do you think? What kind of exercises do you do before you head out for your run? Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave thoughts, questions, comments, and suggestions in the comment section down below. We'll see you on the next one. And until then, remember that you have no limits. So go find your awesome and happy running.
Yeah.